just mentioned. Yeah. How do you think it affects your productivity or the way you spend your day? Can I have some answers? Come on, if you don't want to write in the chat box, you can simply just unmute yourself and tell me. These time wasting habits, is it making you more productive? How does it impact your productivity? It takes up time from crucial tasks. Yes, absolutely. Anything else? Thank you, Sarah, for that.
While browsing through Insta, it is like distraction, and it takes a lot of time to come back to the actual work. Like,
Yeah, right. Yeah,
we'll
it
be,
distracts your focus.
we'll be focusing on like it removes the focus on the actual work, and it takes time to come back to that work. We'll be thinking about that.
Yeah, right, right. True, true, true. Absolutely true.
Overthinking also loses our focus and we can't study, we can't focus on, more productive works.
I know. Because, yeah, yeah. Anybody else? Thank you. Thank you for that. Anybody else? We can't achieve what we want. Absolutely. Because if you're constantly distracted, you'll not be able to achieve anything that you've listed down for yourself that you have to do on a particular day. And then what happens? Things start getting piled up. You're under stress. And when you go to the bed, you're completely drained out, exhausted, under stress. You go to the bed thinking that, oh my God, these are the things that I have to do the next day, and you wake up with that same stress. Does it happen? Yeah, yes, you miss out on your priorities in daily life because those distractions are there. All right, thank you. Thank you for that. All right, thank you for your answers, ladies. Now, the thing is that how you spend your time is a very important component, both from your professional as well as your personal aspect. Yes, you know why? Because we all have 24 hours in a day. And in that 24 hours, we have a lot of tasks and there are many distractions too. As a result of which we are able, as a result of which, what happens? We are constantly struggling on how to manage the time effectively. Yeah. So today I will be sharing with you few insights which will help you to tame your time more intelligently, more productively. And also, I would also like to say that, like every other skill, time management is also a skill that can be acquired. That's the good part. But it can't be acquired overnight. But every single day, if you keep taking small, small steps, all right, you will be able to slowly and gradually ingrain this habit into your daily lives. Okay. So, having said that, let's understand what time management is. We all have already understood what time management is. If I broadly define, it's not just about managing your time, but it's managing yourself. Yeah. Because when you start managing yourself, you are more planned, you are more organized, you work in a more structured manner, you pick up your task in a much better. And as a result of that, what happens? You are able to focus on one task at a time. Yeah. You are able to bring that laser focus into every task that you pick up. Not only that, it also helps you to be present at the moment. What happens is we have, we think and we plan our day in advance, but all of a sudden there are many, exigencies that come over, and there are a lot of, ad hoc events that take place, which is not under your control. Okay, life is like that. It's full of surprises and shocks, and those things happen. So when these kind of incidents happen, be it good or bad, God forbid, but what happens is we immediately come under stress. Okay. So and as a result of that, we're not able to take good decisions. So instead of delving over things, sudden incidents that happen, you would be more present at the moment and take wise decisions. All right. And as a result of that, you will not only see a boost in your self-esteem and motivation, but also an increase and your increase in productivity and you being more efficient. And you will also take out space for yourself, a block of time for yourself, to achieve that mean time, and strike that perfect work-life balance. Okay. All right, so let's just break the monologue. I'm going to play a quick video. You can help me if you should be able to hear the video. All right.
People
Yeah.
who are successful both at work and at home manage their time well. One of the first steps towards successful time management is to identify how you spend your time. Try keeping a log of how you spend your day. Write down how much time you spend doing things like working, watching television, or running errands. Once you have a record of how you spend a typical day, follow these steps to learn to manage your time more effectively. First, make a list of your tasks. Then, estimate how much time you spend on each task. Eliminate unnecessary tasks from your list. In some cases, you may be able to delegate tasks to other people. Prioritize your tasks by numbering them in order of importance. If you have difficulty establishing what's most important, ask yourself what on the list is absolutely necessary to fulfill your needs. Small changes to your daily routine can also help free up more of your time. Getting up just an hour earlier can make a big difference in how your day is structured. You have more time for life's unplanned emergencies, such as car trouble, childcare issues, sickness, or miscellaneous errands. TVs, computers, and mobile devices can be a distraction when they're not being used for anything productive. Consider limiting how much time you spend using them. Keep a calendar of important professional and personal appointments and events. Whether it's a desk planner or a smartphone app, choose the type that will be easiest for you to maintain on a regular basis. Practicing effective time management will allow you to spend more time on the things that matter to you most, whether it's a hobby, time with family and friends, or even just some more time for yourself.
Yeah. Make sense? Yes, no, maybe. Please unmute yourself and tell me.
Yes.
So this is
People
what
who are successful.
So this is what effective time management results into. Now now it's time to dive in to understanding how we can effectively manage our time. Great. Thank you. Thank you for those answers, ladies. Okay, so before we dive deeper into gaining more insights, we are going to run a quick poll. Okay, it's a very short poll of 2 questions, and I want everybody participating in it. Alekia, can we have the poll, please?
Yes, Yami. Yeah, are you able to see?
Yes, Samir. Is everybody able to see the poll?
Yes.
Ladies, please answer.
Yes, we are able to see.
All right. Okay, great. Now I want everybody to, submit their responses. There is no right or wrong question, or no right or wrong answers. So the first question is, when do you feel most productive during the day? Morning, midday, evening, and afternoon. Second is, how do you currently prioritize your tasks and responsibilities? Is it based on the due dates or deadlines, level of urgency or impact, personal preference or motivation, or you don't prioritize it at all? Come on, ladies. Quickly, not even half of the participants have responded till now. Great, great. Okay, only 69% people have participated. Ladies, the rest of you, may I request you to please participate. Your name is not going to show up, so don't worry. Acha, Soumya, you're not able to see it. Alekia, can you please post it on the chat box?
Yes, Yami.
Yes, thank you.
I made it ready.
Okay, thanks. So Maya, I think Alekia has already posted. You can put your responses in the chat. So if any one of you is having any problem, reading the poll, or you're not able to see the poll, you just answer it in the chat box. Okay, thank you, Anjana, if you're done. 75%, come on, ladies. We don't have a lot of time, and there's so much that I need to discuss with you all. Okay, thank you, Sandhya. Some people are responding here also. Only 32. And then I have 2, 3 here also. Okay, so Maya is done. 4 is okay, evening you're most productive, and the second is third one. Okay, personal preference or motivation. Still 82% people have participated. Done, okay. Fine, Alekhya, I don't see more responses coming. Okay, 85% now. With 3 people have already answered here on the chat box. So, well, I'll take that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you can just end the poll. Display the
Yes, ma'am.
result.
Yes, yeah.
Right. Okay, so we have the results with us. So in the first question, 69% people are saying that they are most productive during the morning. 58 are productive during the evening time. 19% are productive during the midday, and afternoon only 3%. Okay. On the other hand, how you prioritize your task and responsibilities, 79% is saying that on the basis of level of urgency and impact. 47 on the basis of deadlines and due date. 38 is saying motivation and personal preference, and 3% are saying they don't prioritize. Great. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much. Now, why I took this poll and what is the essence of taking this poll? This is something that I will explain later. But thank you all for your participation. Okay, now let's move ahead. All right. So how to manage time, I would say that it's both an art, it's a science also. Now science, because there is, I would not say it's a hardcore science wherein you have a list of principles and you just have to go by the book and go by the rules, but yes, it can be guarded on a broader way under 4 aspects which are written, which you can see in your screen in front of you, which is goal setting, prioritization, planning and organization, and time blocking. And it's an art because we can tweak and turn things around the way you want to prioritize and reprioritize things the way you want. All right. So it's about setting the goal. When you have a goal in your mind, even if it's a short-term goal or it's a long-term goal, how you need to incorporate small steps to achieve that bigger goal into your daily life is very, very essential. And that is something that we learn in this session. The second is how you need to accommodate those steps which you have incorporated in your daily life along with the daily chores, and how you need to prioritize and reprioritize. That is also very, very crucial. Yes, because there could be other things that might just pull in accidentally. Next is it's about when you start having a goal, when you're walking in a more strategic way, you automatically tend to become more planned and organized. And it's about blocking your time. Yeah. All right. So we move on to our first step, which is your goal setting. Now, whenever we talk of goal setting, we say that goals should be smart. It should be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. Okay, so ladies, now that you all have a pen and paper, this is a quick activity that we're going to do. Now on the screen, if you see, I have written that you need to, list down few things which will define your goal. Okay, so first is that decide exactly what you want, whether anything that you want, and write it down. Now that is very specific. Okay, after that, to make it more measurable and attainable, it's okay if you make a list of all the things that you need to do to achieve that goal. Relevant when you organize it, make it more relevant and achievable. Okay, and set a deadline for achieving that goal. And the last step is taking an action. Okay, so for example, let's say you want to acquire any certification. You want to acquire digital marketing certification, or anything that's related to AI, so on, so forth. That could be a a specific goal. So for achieving that, what all things you need to do? You need to enroll. You have to look for different platforms where the certification is available. Then you have to enroll. You have to ensure it's not enrolling only. Then you have to attend the sessions and take the assignments. Then you have to appear for the exam and give the certificate, get the certification. So that's a list of everything that you need to do. Now, if to make it more relevant, you say that chalo theek week 1, I'm going to look for various platforms and enroll. Week 2 to 4, I'm going to attend the sessions and take the assignments. Week 5, I say that, okay, in week 5, I'm going to study, prepare for the examination, give this examination to get the certification, and set a deadline for your goal. You say that by the end of the last week of August, I should be certified in so and so, or the first week of September, I should be certified in so and so, like that. Okay, so this is one example from the professional context that I've taken. You can also pick up anything from your personal aspect. Let's say if you have to set up a wardrobe, many of us are staying in places where there's constant season change. So even if you have to, that's also a goal, setting up a wardrobe, when you have to incorporate in your daily chores. So you can write, okay, today I have, my goal is to set the wardrobe as per the season change. What all things you need to do? There are what you need to do is that you need to take out the, let's say you have to take out the summer clothes, and you have to, put off the summer clothes and take out the winter clothes. There could be clothes that you need to discard. If there is any more shopping that's required, all those things, that becomes a list. Okay, to make it more organizes, okay, first let me pick up, the kids' wardrobe, then my wardrobe, my husband's wardrobe, so on and so forth. And you organize it. Today I'm going to pick up this wardrobe. Next day I'm going to pick up this closet. Third day. And you set a deadline. Okay, today I'm starting from Monday. By Friday, all the wardrobe should be, they should be all, what do you say? I should be setting up all my wardrobe as per the season change, something like that. So you can pick up any goal, and that goal is yours. Okay. So I'm going to give you all exactly 10 minutes to write down your goals. Okay. And then we'll take the discussion forward. Okay. Ladies, there's lots that I have to discuss with you all. So I would request you to, please start working on it. I'm sure you all have your goals. It could also be a goal of getting a job, and only you know what your objective is and how you plan to achieve. Thank you. I'll await your answers. Ladies, those of you who have just joined now, we are doing this activity of, writing down your goals on a piece of paper. That could be any goal from your personal or professional front, where you need to write it down. You need to make a list of things that you require to achieve that goal, and then organize that list into a plan. Okay, make it more relevant and set a deadline for your goal. Okay. Anybody who's done? There's another 5 minutes left. If yes, just raise your hand, or you can also type it in the chat box or unmute yourself and say that yes, ma'am, I'm done. Okay, Sweetie is done. Great. Tanmaya is also done. Wonderful. Okay, Madhur is also done. Wonderful. Okay. All right, we'll wait for others to finish. Okay, 45 of you are there. I think excluding, all right, Roshni and Sona is also done. Wonderful. Excluding me and Alikia, you're 43 of you. We'll wait for another 5 minutes. I would love to reflect upon all your, the goals that you have set for yourself. But again, time is a constraint. Yeah. So I'll pick up the first two people who did this activity first. Shruti is also done. Nice. So Deepali. Anjana, Salma, everybody's done. Okay, good, 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 nice. So does anyone, I think we'll just wait for another couple of minutes. Let's other also do it. And then we can have two people. I think I would like to ask Sweetie and Thanmaya, right? They were the ones who did this first, you know. Sweetie and Thanmaya, then you both can, share with us your goals that you have written. All right?
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning. Hello.
Yes. Sweetie, just give me 2 more minutes. Let's
Okay, ma'am.
wait for others also to finish, and then you and Thanmaya can, share the goals that you've written.
Okay.
Okay? All right, ladies, another 2 minutes. Okay, Sweetie, I think you can share the goals that you have written.
Yes, ma'am. My
Yes.
specific goal is I want to get a job in IT field
In
and
IT.
measurable,
Okay.
and measurable my utilization of personal development plan, and testing my knowledge.
Your
And with-
voice is not very clear, sweetie.
Hello, now
Yeah,
clear, ma'am?
better. Yes,
Yeah.
now it's better. Yeah.
My specific goal is get a job in IT field,
Mhm.
and measurable is utilization of personal development plan and testing my
Mhm.
knowledge. Relevant utilization of resources and regular practice. Time for 3 months, and actionable completion of certification course on time.
Okay. All right. Great. Thank you. But there can be a lot of other things that should have been added here, sweetie.
Yeah,
You're
ma'am.
getting a job in IT cell is very good, but there are many other things apart from just taking that time and making it more relevant. You have to look for a job that's there in IT cells. You have to, prepare your resume. You have to work on the cover letters. You also have to prepare yourself for the resumes. You have to build up a strong digital portfolio on LinkedIn or on Naukri.com and other job portals which are available. That is also part of all these process, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
You have to include and incorporate those things also. These are very small things because obviously if somebody is saying ki, if somebody sees your profile and they say ki, okay, sweetie, we want you today. So can you please share up your resume? If you don't have a resume, what will you do? You'll be lost. And anything that's done at the last moment is not at all good. You'll also agree with me. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So these are also things that you need to incorporate. So getting a job is a bigger thing, but to get to that job, there are very small steps. You don't have to create a resume in one day. What you can do instead is, see, the list should be that you have to look through portals, you have to create your resume, your cover letter, prepare for interviews, finish your certifications if you have to, and also build up your portfolios, your profiles on various job portal sites. How you organize that list? So you can say that, okay, so I'm going to work first on acquiring the certificates. Once I have done that, I will be working on my resume. Maybe not one day, I can give 2 days at the max. You pick up one, because maximum the resume should not be more than 2 pages. At the max, minimum is like one, maximum should be 2. So 1 page resume, you're working today, second you're working tomorrow. Draw a cover letter. Start preparing for the interview. See what kind of questions come up. Work on that. And then set a deadline that by the, whatever September you said that you want a job in the IT cell. This is how you need to work. And the entire day you will not be sitting and working on resume, right? So that is
Yes,
going
ma'am.
to be incorporated in your everyday, it will be incorporated along with the everyday other tasks in your daily life. Okay. So I want you to refine this list once again. Okay.
Okay.
Similarly, ladies, if you all have also written down your goals as acquiring a job, the list has to be very long. All right. Thank you. Thank you, sweetie, for sharing
Okay,
that.
ma'am.
Please do these changes.
Okay, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. Tanmaya?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes. Hi.
First goal is I want to wake up at 4:30 at least. I'm not able to wake up before 5:30. So the first goal is I would try to wake up at 4:30. And I wanted to take. I'm undergoing a treatment for some illness right now. So I just want to concentrate on that illness and be healthy. That is the second goal. And specific goal is I want to complete my certifications, and I have an exam coming up and I want to prepare for the exams. That is one goal. And I want to make my children independent. One of my child is independent. She eats by herself. The other child has to learn to eat by himself so that I can leave them and go for work later before I get the job. And these are the present goals I have.
All right, that's wonderful. Thank you. Now, Tanmay, I'll tell you what, these are many goals and you can't write so many goals. So instead of writing 1, 2, 3 goals in one statement, you can just divide it into separate columns. Okay, which says goal number 1, health. Goal number 2, making kids independent. Goal number 3, there's a certification. Now, out of these goals, this is the second thing that I'll take up, how you need to prioritize. So I think the most important, I see it's a personal thing, but I think waking up early at 4:30 is good, but how you need to wake up 4:30 should not happen that you're going to bed at 12 o'clock and waking up at 4:30.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not going to be sufficient. And your illness, if that is something which is coming into your daily life, I think that is one thing you should be focusing on. Because when we are healthy and when we are fine, everything is fine. And, I have also, recovered from a very bad illness. I was bedridden for almost 3 months, and I know how bad it is with two small kids who were just 3 years and 1 year old. I know it had been a very bad phase. So
Mm.
I can imagine what you're going through. And another thing is that you want to do this certification, you want to make your children independent, which is good. But, I would still appreciate you writing down things. What are the steps you are taking to make your child independent? What are the steps that you're taking to complete that certification and the deadline that you have set? All right. You want to recover from an illness. I can't, set a deadline. That's your, the doctor's thing. I don't know what your problem is, but I wish you quick recovery. And yes, as far as making your child independent, you can still set a deadline and start working. And even for your certification, I think you already have a deadline, so you already know and maybe started working towards it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you need to bring these changes and make it more refined and detailed.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies, for that participation. The same goes for others also. Now, the reason why I did this activity and I asked you to write it down is because, let me ask a very simple question. How many of you make New Year resolutions or have had made New Year resolutions in the past? Come on, ladies, quickly, just unmute yourself and answer. Yes, no, maybe, or you can type it in the chat box. That's completely okay. Nobody has made a New Year resolution ever? No one? Okay, you did. You did. All right, great. And how many of you were able to achieve that New Year resolution? You used to, but never could. Yeah. I'll tell you what happens, because we think a lot of things that this is, I want to do this, I want to do that. But when we are thinking, everything gets lost in that thin air. It keeps wandering in the air and you don't achieve anything. But when you write it down on a piece of paper, it gets written here in your minds. Yeah. And that is the first step for your internal motivation, which somewhere keeps pushing you. When you write things down, it gets embedded in your mind, and that's the first motivation push that you get. Okay. Another thing is, when you have it in front of you, you'll keep seeing it and you'll keep feeling guilty also that, Arya, I'm not working. And that is another way or another thing that will help you avoid procrastination and pick up things which are of utmost importance for you. Okay. And if you see the last step that I've mentioned, it's about taking action on your plan. Nothing gets fulfilled if you don't take that first step. And even if you want to build a home, it doesn't happen in one go. It happens brick by brick. Yeah. If you want to get a job, it will not happen overnight. There is a lot of things that you need to work slowly and gradually. Ultimately, when you land into your dream job. Yeah. A child is born, but he doesn't learn to eat and walk on the first day. They learn to sit, they learn to turn around, they get their teeth, they learn to crawl, walk, yeah, before they start running and jumping. But it's all about taking that first step. Everything happens. You can only work on your plan when you take that action. All right. Did it make sense?
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
yeah. So now every time I want you to start writing down your goals in a very detailed manner. Okay. And trust me, this thing is really going to help. But you have to be very dedicated into doing this every single day. Okay. All right. Chalo. Now let's get to the second thing, that is about prioritizing. Yeah. When we don't write anything, yeah, when we are thinking that everything is important. So how do I, bifurcate and prioritize my task accordingly? Yeah, that's a big question. Now, in the next, 20-30 minutes, I'm going to discuss these tools in detail, which will help you answer this question. And before we proceed, there is one question that I want to ask you all. Just unmute yourself and give me an answer. If you all had 1 extra hour in a day, what would you do? If you had an extra hour in a day, what would you do? Come on, ladies, quickly. How will you spend that extra hour? Quickly unmute yourself and give me answers. There would be something that you'll think. It could be anything, going out for parties, spending time with family, a me time, whatever. Pursue hobby. It depends on your mood. Okay. Sudeepni is saying. Anybody else? You can also unmute yourself. Just unmute and speak up. I would want more answers pouring in, ladies. Come on. Think
What's
out
my
of the
favorite
box.
movie? Watching my favorite movie.
Wonderful. Okay. Vidya is saying that she'll browse. Okay. Anybody else? Spending time myself, working out, sleeping. Okay. Yeah, that is also important. Yeah, sleep more. Okay, okay, wonderful. Thank you, ladies. I'll wait for more answers coming in. Yes, but there is so much that we would want to do. Yeah, but the sad part is that we don't have 25 hours. We only have 24 hours, and anything that we have to do, we have to incorporate it in that block of 24 hours. Yeah. So when we feel that this is also important, that is also important, the next thing is how do we prioritize intelligently? Yeah. Okay. And that's exactly wonderful. Going to beach with friends. Yeah. Personal care. Absolutely. Painting, poetry, pursuing your hobbies, a me time, vacation, going out on a vacation. I mean, I would love to go out on a vacation with my girlfriends. I mean, just moms. Yeah. Okay. So let's quickly dive into the first tool that will ease out this difficult question, which says that how should I prioritize things when everything is important? Now, this tool is the Eisenhower matrix. It's a quadrant. If you see, look up into the screen, it's a quadrant where you have this, divided, when you have a list of all the tasks that you all have just written, a detailed list, I would say, you can pick up those tasks and put them in the respective quadrants. Okay. On the y-axis, it's been divided into two sections, which says important and not important. X-axis, again, is divided into two sections, which says urgent and not urgent. So anything that is important and urgent, you need to do it right away. Something which is important, but not very urgent at the moment, you can schedule it to do it later. Something which is not very important, but it is urgent, it's good to delegate it to somebody else. Something that's important, that is not important, sorry, and not urgent, eliminate. This also works on the 4D principle, which says do, defer, delegate, delete. So if it's something that's very important, do it right now. Not very important, you can defer it. If it is something but can be, done by someone else, also go ahead and delegate. If it's something which is just useless, go ahead and delete it. All right. So if you see this, I have listed down few points. I would want you all to unmute yourself and tell me which point will go in which quadrant. Okay. Will it go in the first quadrant, the second, the third, or the fourth? Okay. Do, schedule, delegate, eliminate. Okay. All right. So the first point, picking up a sick child from school.
Do it today. Important.
Yeah, it's important. Yes. Planning a family vacation.
I think schedule.
Okay. There's just one lady who's speaking. What about the others, ladies? All right. Answering non-urgent work emails.
Delegate it to someone else.
Yeah, only Tanmaya is answering. What about the other ladies? Speak up. Scrolling through social media.
It's eliminate.
Yes. Submitting a work project by the deadline.
Do it today.
Do it today.
Absolutely. Scheduling regular medical checkups.
Schedule.
Schedule.
Yeah. Attending a medical emergency.
Do it today.
Do it today.
It's urgent. Yes. Prepare for presentation next week.
Schedule.
Do it today.
Schedule it. Yeah. It's not very, it is
Schedule.
important, but you can schedule it. Okay. Every day, let me pick up one slide and work on it, or maybe 2 slides. Okay. Exercise and self-care routine.
Schedule.
Okay, you want to do it today, but it should not be, this is something that has to be a
Routine.
regular routine. Don't you think, ladies? It is very important, but it's not urgent. You can schedule a time to do it every single day. Yeah, it
Yes.
should not happen that today you're exercising for 2 hours and the next day, you're just hogging away everything that you find because you're way too hungry or, you know, feeling way too weak. No. So I think it's always good to have a time schedule to exercise and follow self-care routine. Okay. Watching TV shows randomly.
Eliminate.
Eliminate.
Organizing a junk drawer.
Delegate.
Schedule.
Schedule.
Yeah, you can delegate or you can schedule. You can ask for support and help also. That's completely fine. Attending a neighbor's party out of obligation.
Schedule.
Schedule.
Schedule. Or you can ask someone else also to go on your
Delegate.
behalf.
Yeah,
That can also
delegate.
be. Yeah. Or if it is something which is not very much required and you have more important tasks to do, you can always eliminate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is how it works. All right. If you want, you all can take a screenshot of this tool. And when you prepare that list, along with that, you can also make this tool and you know which task goes where. Okay. So what happens is the moment you see that this is more important or urgent, it will automatically push you to pick up that task first and then do it. All right. On the other hand, if at all there is an ad hoc thing that comes up in between, you know which task, you can schedule it for the later time, which you can delegate, or which is it that you can just eliminate. Yeah. So for example, if you're working on something that's important, I'll give you two scenarios here. So one thing is, let's say you're setting up a wardrobe and there is a visitor coming, there's a guest coming.
Business process certification plan, identify application to test, identify end users,
Sorry.
capture business function.
Yes, Sandhya, you want to say something? Okay. All right. So let's say that you're, setting up your drawer, or you have plans to, set up your wardrobe, and there's a guest who's coming over. So you can schedule it later, maybe attend to the guest. On the other hand, let's take another scenario. Let's say you're working on an important project and a guest is coming over. So you can put off all other tasks. Yeah, you can still work on your project, but because, some guest is coming, maybe you can delegate this responsibility of, at least cleaning up the living room to somebody else where the guest is going to sit. And if, it's about somebody's coming over for lunch or dinner, maybe you can order food or snacks from outside, or you can take more help. So those ways you can, reprioritize your things and, do these kind of changes to bring a more comfortable, a smooth sale of the activities that you have listed down for yourself. Yeah. Okay, now moving on. So this is these are the answers that you just shared. Okay, now this is the other tool. This is the Pareto principle. I'm sure most of you must have heard that, 80% of the results come in from 20% of the efforts that we put in. Okay, and you have to identify what are these 20% of the efforts that you put in every day, which will get you 80% of the result. Like I just shared in Sweetie's example, I said you have a bigger goal to get that job, but if you pick up small bits every single day and work even 20% on it, you will get 80% of the results. 20% of your customers can get 80% of your results. 80% of your business, I would say. On the other hand, there are a lot of things where you're spending only, where you're spending 80% of your time and energy, which is getting you only 20% of your results. Let's say you're working on an important project, your friend gives you a call, you attend that call, and that call gets extended for 1 hour. Unproductive, waste of time, a distraction wherein you're just gossiping. And when you come back and you see that, oh my God, there has been no progress. All right. So this is another tool which will help you identify which is the topmost priority task that you need to pick up. Okay. So ladies, again, like previous, I would want you all to tell me whether it will come in the first category or the second category. Maintaining a regular exercise routine and balanced diet. Will it come in the first category or the second?
First category.
First category.
Yes, first. Every day, even if you're giving 1 hour or half an hour also, you can see the results. Yeah, over a period of time. Focusing on high priority project and tasks that align with key performance goals.
First.
First, yes. Investing time in learning and improving key skills relevant to the job or career.
First.
First, right. Engaging in meaningful activities like family dinners, game nights, or outings.
Second.
Second.
Okay. Okay, all right.
First.
I would say it should be first instead of going just one day, but if you make it like a regular habit. Okay, fine. Focusing on important parenting aspects like teaching, values, supporting education, spending quality time.
First.
First.
Great. Regularly connecting with close friends through calls, meetups, or messages.
Second.
First.
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 Hmm. Yeah, but I think if you're putting 80% of that activity, it will just get 20% because all your time is getting lost wandering here and there. Yeah. Attending networking events of high professional results, results in 80% of valuable connections. Should be first. Even if you are investing 20%, if you're not able to make it to every event, even if you go for 1 or 2 events, it will get you 80% of the results. Yeah. Investing and mastering high impact skills directly related to job performance enhances 80% of professional growth. Yes.
First.
First.
All right. Thank you. Now let's look at some other options where you can see 80% of the time we've been spent is only getting us 20% of the results. Going to social gatherings out of obligation rather than interest, resulting in minimal enhancement of personal relationships of happiness. Micromanaging, overseeing every detail of a task or project instead of delegating, leading to inefficiencies and minimal additional values. Spending time going through promotional emails and advertisements that offer little benefit or useful information, and many others. Spending a lot of time in conversations that don't add value to your personal relationships or self-growth. Yeah. So these are some of the activities that one should avoid because they'll not get you much of results. Okay. So if you want ADs, you can also take a screenshot of this tool. You can follow any tool that suits your requirements. Okay, there is no hard and fast rule for using these tools, but once you start using these tools, your life is going to get really very easy. I mean, I have started doing it and I know how stress-free my life is becoming, slowly and gradually. Okay, can we move forward?
Yes.
All right, thank you. All right, so this is the last tool, which is the ABCDE method. Now, here we divide the task, prioritize the task on the basis of the consequences. So A is those tasks which, if not done, will have a major consequence. B are those tasks. B category will have those tasks where if you don't do it, the consequences will be minor. C is where the task, if it has not been done, it has no consequence at all. D is where you can delegate. E is that you can completely eliminate. Okay. Now you'll ask me, Yamini, what if I have more than one task, which if not done, will have a major consequence? I would say that you rank it according to yourself, saying that it is A1, A2, A3, A4, and so on. So, okay. So, like the previous two tools, schedule and attend a medical checkup.
A.
Okay. Okay. Until unless it's an emergency. Okay. I think it can also be C. It's a task which may not have a major consequence. Okay, depend. Organize a closet for seasonal changing. Clothing. Sorry.
First. A.
E.
C.
B, C. Okay. Okay. Mixed reactions. Complete a project with a tight deadline.
A.
A.
Plan a weekend family outing.
E.
B or C. Okay.
C.
Yeah. Attend a close friend's milestone celebration.
C.
C. Okay. If it's a very close friend, maybe it could be B or A also. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. Help with children's homework.
A.
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 Read a book on professional development.
B.
B.
Okay.
B.
Try a new workout class.
C.
C.
Yeah,
B.
yeah. Not a major consequence it'll have. You can try it later on. So rearrange books on the bookshelf.
C.
C.
C or D.
Or you can also delegate it.
C or
Attend a non-mandatory webinar.
D.
D.
E.
B, C. Okay. Bake cake cookies together.
That is
C or B?
C, B,
C.
Okay, let's say you have promised your daughter or your kid that you're going to bake
C,
cookies
Then it is
together and
C.
you're not able to do it.
E.
Then it will be A. That actually depends on situation to situation.
Depends.
Yeah, it depends. So, and send a casual message in a group chat.
E,
E.
Yeah, or it could be C also. That depends. If it's a personal chat, even if you don't send it, it has no consequences. But if it's a professional office chat, then maybe yes. Yeah, it could have a minor consequence. Okay, wonderful. Great. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, ladies, for participating. And this is, I picked up various other categories and listed down, prioritize them as ABCD. So if it's work productivity, if you have to complete a project with a deadline, it goes A. If there's a presentation to be prepared for next week, it goes B. Attend a non-mandatory webinar is C. Delegate routine data entry tasks to an assistant is D. Eliminate checking emails every hour. Okay, this is E. And similarly, it's the same for others. Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you. If you want, you can just take a screenshot quickly, and then we'll move forward. Ladies, I hope these tools are helpful. And I'm sure once you start using them, your life is going to get really easy. But do start using them. Okay,
Yes.
let's move forward. Okay, so when you have set your goals, you have prioritized, reprioritized, you have a more planned and a structured approach to complete those tasks in a single day. It's very important that we also do a time blocking. Yeah, time blocking. There are two ways that you can do it. The first is the Pomodoro technique, something that we learn in some time. Another is the 5-minute rule, which says that you have many a times we have tasks to be done on a daily basis which just require 5 minutes. Let's say if you have to pay a bill, or you have to do a purchasing online, you have to buy groceries, anything, or even if you're taking an appointment with the doctor, some activities, minor activities, just take about 5 minutes of a time. So one way of doing it is that you pick up these 5-minute tasks, finish them off, and leave the rest of the day for the most important task that needs to be done. Another way of doing it is, let's say that you're working on something. You pick up a project and you say, okay, let me start working on this. Let me start studying today. Okay, you pick up one chapter and you start reading, and you keep a timer of, let's say, 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, you have to get up and take a break. Now, usually what happens is that when you start doing things, usually it takes more than 5 minutes. And when you get involved, those 5 minutes just fly by. Okay, and the moment you realize already 10 minutes are gone. Okay, so that's another way of blocking your time, because when you start working on something, that's why I said it's always about taking that action. Okay, so that's how you can block your time. And there are other tools also available which can make your day very, very easy to help you allocate those tasks. You've got Trello, there's this Google Calendar, you've got Microsoft Outlook, there's Todoist, and there are many other apps. You can download any of these apps and put down your tasks, which will be a constant reminder that these are the things that you need to take up and do it. However, everybody has their own preferences. For me, I prefer writing things down because it gets ingrained better into my mind and kind of remember, because that's also my goal book and my daily task calendar, you can say. So it just depends from person to person. Yes, you can download an app and record your task, or you can also record it, or you can just go out and get a spiral notebook and list down the tasks that you want to do. Okay, now, there are many other things also when it comes to time management. The first is delegate. Delegate is something that we already discussed in the previous slides many a times. But this delegate has a different context. It says that, it's good to be a multitasker. And I think we as women are always striving to, be perfect all the time. Well, perfection is a myth, because we say, okay, let me take up this task, let me take up that task, and we keep overloading ourselves with a lot of responsibilities, and then end up nowhere. We're completely stressed and burned out at the end of the day. So it's okay that you don't have to keep doing multitask. Multitask sometimes is good, but if it's creating a problem, If it's coming in between your work or your health or anything else, it's time to delegate. It's time to share the burden and the load. Okay. Second is be your own cheerleader. Ladies, nobody is going to come and push you. So you have to be your own motivator. Okay. That's why I said when you start using these tools, you'll become your own cheerleader. Nobody is going to come and say that you were supposed to do this, you were supposed to do that. Oh, you had a goal of getting that job. You should do this. You only have to do it. But if that job is not done, complaints definitely. So become your own cheerleader. Okay. Easiest way of doing it is to take a big block and break it down into small chunks. Yeah. You have a bigger goal. If you have a presentation to be delivered next week, start working on 1 or 2 slides every single day. And by the end of the day, you are ready with a good presentation. Okay. And the last is to learn to say a no. Usually, to be that good person and give that good impression, we are always willing to take a more and more responsibilities than we can deliver. So, tomorrow also, if you are in your respective dream jobs, if you are given responsibilities, don't overload yourself with responsibility. Okay. Try to say a no. There could be a way to saying no to your manager or to your team, your TL or anyone by saying that I'm already loaded with these many tasks. If I take a more responsibility, I'll not be able to deliver the results as expected. So it's okay to say a no. Okay. All right. So now that we have learned how we could be, the various tools and various methods in which we can, manage our time more effectively and intelligently. Let's see what happens if you don't manage your time effectively. Okay.
Characteristics of an ineffective time manager. Let's take a look at some of the features of an ineffective time manager. Constant haste. When a person is always in a rush without a pause and always shows haste in every task, it indicates that the person is not good at managing tasks effectively and has loads of work pending that needs to be completed. This clearly shows poor time management. Habitual delays. When people are unable to complete their tasks on time, they tend to be late in each meeting or always keep postponing their schedules. This shows inability to manage time. Low motivation, energy, and productivity. When the tasks are delayed or are pending, the motivation and energy of the person is lowered. Moreover, it leads to lesser productivity. Frustration. The worse a person is at time management, the more frustration they will experience. They will feel as if the work is stuck and nothing seems to move ahead. Impatience. People tend to get angry easily because they experience stress each moment due to the pending target that needs to be accomplished before deadline. Variation in decision making. A person who is poor at time management changes their decisions rapidly because they think that whatever option they choose, it is going to end up in loss. Thereby, they feel depressed and lose self-confidence. Inability to set goals. People do not know how to set goals, and because of this, they end up in a complete chaos.
Yeah. Did it make sense? Yes, no, maybe?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
ma'am.
Yes, it did, right? Because if we don't manage our time, this is where we were previously. And you need to be where the first video that I shared, this is where you all need to be. Okay. And the reason why I did that poll also, the essence of doing that poll was also that when you pick up tasks which are of very high priority, you should pick it up at that time of the day when you are most productive, because that's only the time when you can deliver your results fast. Okay. So when you put your daily tasks into those, into any of the tools that I've discussed with you, things will start, moving in a more smoother way. But please be very, very patient, and what happens is start today. That's why I said, go out and get a diary for yourself. Start doing it today. initially you could face a lot of challenges. Things may or may not fall in place, but it will get better. Yeah, Rome was not built on one day. And you know what? I'll tell you, the thing is, how it actually goes is that when you start taking small steps toward your goals also, you will see that your goal is also nearing. When you go to the gym every single day, when you work out every single day, you will see that you wanted to lose your weight, and slowly and gradually your weight has started losing. So your goal also starts nearing. Okay. And that's the kind of mindset that you need to have. And when things start falling in place, automatically you will see that your stress levels start going down. There's a boost in your motivation there. You feel good about yourself. You're able to strive that perfect work-life balance. Yeah. And you work and you have a healthy emotional well-being. Yeah. You're able to manage your emotions in a better way rather than delving over things and coming under stress and being anxious all the time. All right. Now, one habit a lot of us, are victims of, I would say, is procrastination. Yeah, we tend to put off the most important tasks because we are scared, or there are other reasons, internal or external, which say that oh my God, this is something I'll pick up later. It's okay. Let me pick up the most easiest things first and put off the toughest things. Yeah, so that's what it says. This quote says that the things that matter the most should not be at the mercy of the things that matter the least. That's exactly, the tools. That's exactly why we use those tools. Okay. So when you are putting off a task, always ask these 3 questions from yourself. What are your highest value activities? What is it that only you and you can only do? And if you do it well, it will make the real difference. What is the most valuable use of your time? Is it browsing through an Instagram reel, or is it working on something else which can bring you more closer to your goal? All right. And having said that, I'll quickly play a video which should answer your question, and it will also help you, avoid procrastination. Yeah. All right. Did this make sense? So it's very important to take rest in between so that you get re-energized and bounce back with a fresh perspective. Yeah. And ladies, another thing, these tools that I've shared that will also ensure more laser focus on the things that you're doing, because anything that we're doing with pure focus only gives us the result. Okay. And you only know if the phones, like it showed in the video that, we are working with a lot of distractions. And in the end of the day, you're completely stressed, but the work is still lying there. So the best thing is to just put off your phone, detox it, pick it up when you're free. That's up to you. Okay. So when we talk of emotion management, it's always good to set boundaries between work and personal time, essential for well-being and productivity. Yes, that's what emotional management is all about. And how you can manage your emotional intelligence, you need to recognize, understand, manage, and reason with emotions. Yeah. How do you do it? You prioritize your tasks, you minimize your distractions, and stay focused despite competing demands. There are different ways we have shared and discussed in the session that can help you bring a healthy emotional, an emotional health. Okay. So managing emotions with time management can significantly improve productivity and overall well-being. Okay, of course, planning and scheduling is one. Seeking support is another. Avoiding multitask is something else I've just discussed. You need to practice self-compassion. Now, when you're doing all these things, it's very important that, give yourself a hug every day, before waking up or going off to bed. Practice mindfulness. That comes, you can start with meditation. I know a lot of things, a lot of people struggle with doing meditation. So even for that, I would say, you can start very small. Let's say you put a timer of 5 minutes. Try to keep yourself calm. Once the timer rings, it's okay. You can just get up and get back to doing your daily chores. And slowly and gradually you will see that you're putting this timer for, let's say, 5 minutes, and you increase it to 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and you will see the increase in the time. Yeah, and when you start practicing this kind of self-compassion and practice mindfulness, trust me, ladies, you'll be able to make better decisions. You will be present in the moment. Okay, and do get enough rest. Your health has to be your priority. Okay. Now, this is one last video that I will be playing. It's a very good video. I want you to all see it, and it'll summarize everything that we have discussed in the session. Okay?
Good afternoon, everyone. We all have this one life to live. A fleeting shadow amongst all that exists in this vast universe. We have the ability to accomplish anything, truly anything, if we use our time wisely. Is this jar full? And is it full now? Yes. And how about now? Is the jar full now? Yes. Yes. Yeah, it is. Now, I want you to recognize that this jar represents your life. The golf balls are the important things, your family, your friends, your health, and your passions. The pebbles are the other important things, your car, your job, your home. The sand is everything else. It's just the small stuff. Now, if you put the sand in the jar first, you won't have room for the pebbles or the golf balls. And the same is true in life. If you spend all your energy and your time on the small stuff, you won't have time for all the really important things that matter to you. Pay attention to the things that are critical to your happiness. Take care of the golf balls first, the really important things. Set your priorities, because everything else is just sand. Yes?
Professor, what does the beer represent?
I'm glad you asked. It goes to show that no matter how full your life may seem to be, there's always room for a couple of beers with a friend.
Yeah. How did you like the video? Did it make sense? Yes? No? Maybe?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes, it's a quite a meaningful video. And I'm sure it has just cleared up everything that we have discussed till now and made it more clear. Yeah. All right. So a quick recap of what we have done in the session. Then I'll open the platform for Q&As. A goal without a plan is just a wish. And the goal can only become a plan when you write it down. Decide exactly what you want. Clarity is very essential. So when you're just writing a goal, it's not that. When you're making a list, it's not just 1 or 2 words, but everything that you can list down that can help you get closer to the goal that you have set for yourself. Think on paper. Every minute you spend on planning can save you 5 or 10 minutes is in execution. Your most important tasks and priorities can have the most serious consequences, positive and negative, on your life or work. Focus on these above all else. That is very true of the tools that we discussed. Determine the bottlenecks or choke points internally or externally that set the speed at which you achieve your most important goals or focus on alleviating them. Consider your schedule before taking up additional responsibilities. Yeah. Say or no. Slice and dice the task. Break the large, complex task down into bite-sized pieces and then do one small part of the task to get started. Since you can't do everything, you must learn to deliberately put up those tasks that have low value so that you can have enough time to do the few things that really count, the 80-20 rule. Motivate yourself into action. It's not what happens to you, but the way you interpret things determine how you feel. You can do this instead of delving over, of unforeseen circumstances. Just motivate yourself that, okay, this thing has happened. There's something you can't change it, right? Whatever has happened in the past has happened. If you've faced, an unforeseen event in the past, that can't be changed. You can't keep delving it and carry your future towards that. You can't carry in the future, but you need to work to make your present better and the future better. So always motivate yourself. You're your own cheerleader. When you need a break, take one. I call this a 10-minute vacation, which helps you to re-energize, rejuvenate yourself, and come back with a fresh perspective and a good focus also. And always give yourself a chance to reflect and readjust. It's always good to keep evaluating yourself and keep working towards making yourself better. And another thing that I want to add from my side is that it's very important that you do things every single day till the time it becomes ingrained in your daily routine. It becomes a part of you. It becomes a regular habit. All right. So that was about it, ladies. I was sharing my screen. I hope you found this session useful. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. And if there's something that you want to share, any experience, feedback, please feel free to do that. What happened? Has everybody gone off to sleep? I hope it wasn't that boring. But something new that you have learned, your feedback would be appreciated, most appreciated, because yeah. Come on, ladies. If you don't want to unmute yourself and talk, you can just simply write in the chat box. Yes, I'm waiting. Any questions?
They are writing in chat box, Yamini.
The writing. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Don't call me Madam Nandini. I have a name. I'll prefer that. Yamini. We're not in school. I'm just like, every one of you. I have also learned a lot of things in my life. I also bounced back after 10 years of a career break, sorry. And it was not very easy that I achieved things.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. No questions? You guys don't have any questions? Ladies, that's my LinkedIn profile. I would love to get connected with each one of you on LinkedIn. You can get in touch. Oh, thanks. Thank you, Nandini. I'll appreciate you calling me out. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. I would love to get connected with you. Otherwise, if you have any queries, questions, please write them here. or you can get in touch with Alekhya or Avneet or Swati. Absolutely, you can get back to me, but at least try. So the first step I would say is taking that first step, taking that action, or the first step should be to go and buy a spiral notebook right now. Okay, so that at least you start writing things to reach goal. Yes. Wonderful. Thank you, ladies. I think they don't have any questions.
Yamni, I just have a doubt.
Yes, please. Who's
Oh,
this?
can we make Shruti?
Yeah.
So can we make our notes very colorful or kind of thing while making a goal? Is it just only writing, some
No, you
doodling, all this?
can do it however you like. What is it that motivates you? I mean, anything that gives you that push, you're writing it, you're designing it. But like I said, we always make those, we always start our new year with a new year resolution, but we do nothing about it. Okay. But if you're writing it down in a more attractive and a colorful way, that is also okay. Till the time you take initiative to start working also. Okay, it can be any way that you want. If you're more creative and you want to make it more artistic, wonderful, just go ahead and do it. And if something else, just share it with me also. I can share it in my, my sessions, saying that one of my candidates created this. So, you can add a lot of creativity touch to it. Because when you do something that you love, you will continue, you'll stick to it very, very diligently and actually follow it religiously also. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, I have a question.
Yes, dear.
So,
Shafali.
yes, yeah. So, actually, like I procrastinate a lot, and I'm not able to focus on things, no matter like how much goals I set, how much list I might make as per my priorities as well. But I'm not able to follow it. Like making a routine only. I'm not able to sleep at night while like 1:32 is my daily thing that I sleep by this time in the night, and then I'll wake up around 9:30, like that. So like following these schedules are, it's very tough. It's becoming very tough for me that I can make a routine. And whenever I try to take out some time from my schedule for my studies also, I'm not able to focus because these thoughts of other things, other works keep processing in my mind. It keeps coming to my mind. I'm not able to focus.
Okay. Now, Shapali, let me ask you a question. You have kids?
Yes, I have a 17-month young son.
Yeah, that's the reason why you're sleeping so late. Okay. Otherwise, usually, normally, a lady will not sleep. It's only when the child is very small. That's why I asked you if you have a small kid. Because when I had small children, even I was sleeping at the same time. Till now, also, my kids are 6 and 4. I'm still sleeping at 12:30. Can you imagine? Now, because it's the
Yes.
summer vacations going on. See, this is
But
something that you
we,
can't help. You can't. At the max, I would say if you want, you can take a little bit support of your husband, or you can, because again, that goes differently. Because my husband used to wake up at night and used to take care of the kids while he was working also. And that was like a 50-50. We were just working as a team to wake up late at night and share the responsibilities of the kids waking up. It could be different in your scenario also, but if the child is not sleeping, the child is 17 months, so you can try and try to put a routine for the kid, because the child, I think, is more than, it's almost 1.5 year old.
yes.
Okay, so if you put the child to some rigorous physical activity, so the child will eventually get tired and sleep early.
No, no,
Okay,
no.
because
So my child sleeps around 9 to 10. His schedule is fixed. Maximum he sleeps by 10.
then what takes you another 3 hours to go off to bed?
It's just the normal household chores only. Like after he sleeps, then me and my husband will have dinner and finish everything. Clean the kitchen. These